Hey folks, welcome back to the shop here at Markelly Farm. I have a good buddy out in California. His name's Arnold, and he just retired as a EMS person. He's a paramedic out there, and he used to be on the fire department with me, and he's retired after like 35 years of service. So I wanted to do something special for him. So I've got the perfect thing in mind. So we're going to get that done today. If you look at our old fire department picture here, that's Arnold right there. He was on the fire department with me. There I am right there years ago. The old crew at Waterford Hickman Fire Protection District, all volunteer fire department back then. Now, we were both emergency medical technicians, but Arnie went on to be a paramedic. He went to college, got in the paramedic program, and finished out that, and he's been working as a paramedic for all these years, paramedic supervisor, I think, there towards the last. So he's going to have a party this coming Saturday, so I need to get this little project done so I can get it sent out. I'm going to send it to his wife so she can give it to him at his retirement party, something I think he's really going to like. So if you've been with us a while, you remember at one of the last auctions that we went to, I had my eye on this really cool full tang screwdriver. And Arnie is a big fan of old tools. He's very, very talented making stuff. He can make guitars. He can make all kinds of stuff. He's got more talent in his little finger than I do in my whole body. So this is something that I think he would really enjoy. A real old-time, nice screwdriver like this. And I have another item I want to send him too. But I've been meaning to clean this thing up and get it sent out to him, so I really need to get this done. So we've got some cleaning to do on this thing. I don't want to destroy the patina or anything like that. And then if you look, the blade's just a little bit crooked. So we'll have to put that on the anvil and tap, tap, tap that with the hammer, straighten it out. So I'm going to get some steel wool. But first, it's got some paint on it. Somebody probably used this to open a paint can or something. So I want to get like a razor blade and scrape this backwards. You don't want to use the blade portion and cut into the wood. But we'll use the scraping action of the razor blade kind of in reverse to get this off. So we got a brand new razor blade here. Let's see if we can get this paint off. Use a little scraping action. Looks like it's coming off. So is some of our finish, but we can address that in a little bit. About the only way I know to get this paint off without gouging into the or sanding the wood, because I think we'd do more damage by sanding than we would scraping this off like this. Got the bulk of that off. I got a little piece on this side. Let's turn this around. A little bit on the handle or the shank of the screwdriver there too. Actually got two razor blades. I don't know how I did that. We'll kind of go over the whole handle here so we kind of get the same color. Probably got like a waxy finish on it. Got some putty or something up here on the top. All right, I think we got all that off. Okay, that's cleaned up fairly well. A little bit down there on the blade. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get some steel wool out because it's really light abrasive, and we'll get some of this surface rust off of here. I think that'll be good for that, and then we'll clean this wood up just a little bit. Well, apparently I'm out of steel wool, so we're going to use some 800 grit sandpaper. I'm pretty sure we can take care of the rust without removing all of the patina with this. So we'll start by sanding the shank of the screwdriver to get that surface rust off. We don't want to go down to clear like crazy shiny metal for sure. And by sanding it with our hands, we can meet the contours of everything. We're not putting flat spots in anything as we roll this thing around. I'm coming up on the handle just a little bit, so in case there's any edge issues along there, this will kind of take care of those edge issues also. If there's anything sharp or jagged or something that might break off later. So now we'll flip it around and we'll work a little bit on the upper part of it, cleaning that up. We don't want to take off all the little imperfections. So we do want it to be smooth. All right, let's say that's fairly well cleaned up. Now for the next step in this process, I need some beeswax. So we'll go out to the beehives, we'll harvest some burr comb off of the frames. So we have that to use here in the shop. Girls are being real hospitable today. I didn't give them any smoke because I'm not going to be in here very long. But they're not getting mad at me. We'll take our wax that we need and leave them alone. That should be all we need. Okay, we got everything we need for our preservation project or process, but I remembered we have to straighten that blade, so let's go do that real quick. I'm going to use the brass end of this hammer so we don't scar up our tool at all. Alright, ready for our finish. We have our wax over here. We're going to melt this in the pan with a little bit of heat from our torch. And I want to put just a tad bit of heat on our shank here too. So let's do that. Alright, we got our melted wax. Take our little brush in here and then put the melted wax on the metal. That's going to give it some corrosion resistance. Wanting to harden a little bit, but that's fine. We're going to rub it down with a cloth. Take care of that. And we're going to even put some on the wood, of course. And that burr comb's got a little bit of darkness to it because it's been there for a while, so that adds a little bit of color to our wax. Alright, I think we got enough on there. We'll let it solidify a little bit and then we'll come back and rub that thing down real good. Okay, now we're going to get a little paint thinner. So we get a little paint thinner on a rag now and rub this thing down, taking off all of the excess. And then the paint thinner evaporates, leaving just that wax finish. Looks beautiful. All right, folks, I think we got it. Still got the patina on it. It's beautiful. Got all the rust off of it. Got it straightened out. So we'll let this cool off. We'll buff it out a little bit more. And then it'll be done. Ready to send off. That old screwdriver is a work of art right there. I love the look of that. Never seen a full tang screwdriver like this. So Arnie's going to really like this. But I got another gift for him also. I got this neat old lock set at another auction one point. It's for like making old time trunks. It's the top and bottom lock. And it's got the rivets and everything in it. I think this piece here goes on the back side of this, so it protects the lock mechanism from the inside. So we're going to send him this too. He's really going to enjoy this, and chances are he's going to make something out of this long before I would. So we're going to send this to him as well. I still got one for myself too, for when I decide to do something with it. So let's go in and get this stuff packed up, ready to ship off. All right, we got it all packed up. We always keep packing material from our packages that come in. So we can get this to the post office and get this sent off. And it should only take a few days. It should get there by his retirement party. Now I've got a picture from his retirement party at work. They had a really cool old ambulance like the old Ghostbusters wagon that they bring out for special occasions, and they brought it out for his retirement. I'll show you the picture of that right now. They also do what's called a last call. So on the radio, he'll get on his call sign on the radio, and the dispatcher will do a tribute to him on the radio. And it'll be his final sign-off on the radio. It's kind of a tearjerker when you're there listening. So I've been through several of those with the sheriff's office. They do it with the fire department as well. But I'll show you a video of that too. It's super cool.
11. Markelly Farm County would like to acknowledge paramedic Arnie Black as he took his final call today. For the last 36 years, Arnie has served the citizens and community of San Juan County faithfully in many various roles. Arnie's calm demeanor, integrity, and devotion to pre-hospital emergency medicine has saved lives and touched countless hearts. As we bid farewell to Arnie, we reflect on his outstanding career and memorable mark on San Juan County. We will miss our Papa Bear and are thrilled for him as he embarks on this new journey. Congratulations, Arnie, on a remarkable career, and best wishes for a fulfilling retirement. Arnie, you are clear to secure.
Now, I guess another retirement tradition that I didn't know about is they always burn their boots when they're all done. So they'll get a metal garbage can and set their boots on fire. Our tradition at the sheriff's office was you would leave your boots in your parking spot. When you would leave the parking lot going home, you'd leave your boots parked where your vehicle was in the parking lot, and everybody always knew somebody retired because there'd be a set of boots in a parking space. All right, we got it shipped off. We picked up my new glasses because I bush hogged over the old ones. And we picked up our milk. Got our 2 containers. I always love the sign here at the store where the lady drops our milk. It says, "The dog ate my pronouns. He, she, it, everywhere." Get it? Now, when Arnie went off to be a paramedic and I went off to be a deputy sheriff, that doesn't mean our paths did not cross, because whenever we had a medical emergency at our jail, Arnie would be working the area and he would come into our facility. So I got to see him in a professional capacity even after our volunteer firefighter days and after I quit working ambulance. So it was nice to see Arnie around at work. Now, Arnold had a real close brush with the Grim Reaper at work one time. They were running code back to the hospital with a critical patient, I believe. And Arnold was in the back taking care of the patient in the back of the ambulance. And a car T-boned them at an intersection, sending the ambulance rolling over, I believe, several times with him in the back, loose back there, because you're not strapped in most of the time when you're working on a patient. And that really sent that ambulance for a loop. So he was lucky to get out of that with his life. We're so glad that he did. And we're so glad he's able to, he's going to be able to enjoy his retirement now, because he really deserves it. And he's going to have fun in his workshop. He's got a super cool workshop at his house. He's got grandkids now to play with, and he's going to have a good old time. All right, we are back home. The postmaster said that that package should arrive Friday, which is going to work out good because his retirement party is on Saturday. So I'll give his wife a heads up that it's coming. Arnie's got a fantastic family that he raised up. Our kids actually grew up together. His 2 daughters were actually on my softball team back when I used to coach softball when the kids were just little youngins. Now, one of his daughters is a nurse now. He's got another daughter that's real heavily into the ag industry. I think she even works out of like Sacramento or something. And then his boy went on to be a firefighter just like we were back in the day. And now he's working at being a dozer operator for Cal Fire. So that's going to be an exciting time for him. But not very often in life do you meet really genuine, good people. And that's what this family is. Just fantastic folks. Now, back when I was a single dad, raising 2 girls by myself, I had to be at work at 7 a.m. in the morning. And I could not drop the girls off anywhere before school that early because there was no like daycares open or anything like that. I had to get the girls up at 5:30 in the morning just to be able to get into work on time. Had no place to drop my kids off. And Arnie's wife, Jaylyn, actually offered to take the kids in the morning. I would drop them off like at 6 a.m. And she would even feed them some breakfast and take them to school with her kids. I owe her a huge debt of gratitude for that, because being a single parent is really rough. And she really pulled us through that time in our life. I got a picture of Jaylyn and I at a training burn that we did. Jaylyn was actually the secretary at the firehouse, and that's where her and Arnie met, was at the firehouse. I tell Arnie all the time, if I was single at the time, I'd have gave him a run for his money. But luckily it worked out like it did, so I was able to meet Kelly, and we both have fantastic women in our lives. So, well, Arnold, my brother, congratulations on your retirement. We cracked a cold one in your honor. Cheers to you, bro. Glad you made it out. Glad you are going to enjoy that rest of your life with your family and your kids. We love you. Here's to you. Cheers. So the rest of you, we love you too. We hope you all stay safe and stay healthy, and come back and see us here on the farm. Never know what we're going to be doing.